Okay, you beautiful bronies and Peggy sisters, welcome back to the back of the semi-truck, and fair warning, it has been one heck of a terrible end to this day. Not going to go into details, of course, on this one, but it's just, holy crap. Wow, this day has been frustratingly terrible at the end of it, but you know what, that's okay. It's the end of the day. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to watch some ponies, turn my brain off, and just melt away with episode 2 of, I guess we're just going to have to call it chapter 2 of Make Your Mark, because I don't like the way they marketed this thing, so I guess chapter 2 of season 1 of My Little Pony Make Your Mark. So this episode is entitled, and y'all see the thumbnail that I see right here over there, and this one is entitled Growing Pains. So I don't know exactly what's happening. We got some little fillies here, and Hitch, I don't know why I keep getting him confused with Hutch. Maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of that show called The Middle lately, and in Axel's college years on that show, he has a friend named Hutch. So I guess maybe that's why. I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, maybe, I don't know. I want it to be something, I don't want it to be about the dragon, but I want it to be about the dragon. I am told that the dragon does get less annoying, so cool beans to that, I guess. And right now we got Twilight back there bobbing her head on the TV. I mean, right now the TV sound doesn't work for some weird reason. Probably because I plugged headphones in, and now it just thinks that they're always plugged in. But you know what? I'm making the best of it. We got a little screen back there, so it is what it is. Let's go ahead, play that intro, and we'll jump into this.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Oh, well, now that you said that, that means something's gonna go wrong.
The door for you.
Oh, so do you got somebody that you know, is crushing on you there, Hitch?
Oh, you're right. No rules, no holding back.
Okay, I'm just noticing these 3 little fillies here. One's a Pegasi, one's an Earth Pony, and one's a unicorn. So, cool beans on that. Then again, we had that with the CMC as well, though.
You wanna see? Does it? Uh-oh. That's a new feature. My magic is too powerful!
Growing stuff at the stomp of a hoof? Incredible.
Yeah, but as incredible as it is, learning to control it is easier said than done. But now I know what the title means. Growing pains. This magic is growing and it's painful.
You can't judge all Earth Pony magic on one little mishap.
Yes.
Right, so I was about to say, you're gonna make it worse, dude.
First, Maritime Bay was shook up with magic, and I said nothing.
Uh-oh. That's why you wore a hard hat.
Consider what I'm saying before you jump to any conclusions.
Mystic.
Oh.
That alicorn is using the mirror we gave.
See, I'm invested in these 2 right here. I think that's probably why I'm so interested in this series right now.
Barely used it. Now it's time for me to tell you to do something else.
What's that? See, how can Misty go to the real world, but you can't? So many freaking questions with you.
Hey!
He's just adding his flair to the furniture, aren't you, Sparky? You know, if you ever needed a dragon sitter, I'd be happy to look after him.
You know, I like the way you look at things, Izzy.
Kenneth, I know. It's already time for my town hall. There will be no use of Earth Pony magic whatsoever.
I don't think you're going to be able to control that, and who can do it,
This is all for your own
Hitch.
safety. We don't know what's possible with
Huh.
Earth Pony magic yet until.
has a point, Hitch.
Okay, Hitch, you're starting to become a bit of a sprout.
I'm part of the reason Earth Pony Magic is here now. What?
Play me. Well, I have never said no to a talking TV before.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Then you are
Now, where's that cat?
So, how about
Be careful.
instead of
Any items on the Sparky schedule.
worrying about magic so much, why don't we just create a lot of produce and Sparky can eat all he wants? That way we found a use for the Earth Pony magic.
Especially if he asks you to. He's a baby dragon. Whoa, Dahlia, where'd you go?
Is now the time I mention I'm allergic to gardenias?
Oh, holy crap.
Sparky, don't do that again. Unless I'm around to film it.
Really? You're just encouraging him now.
Let your freaky fun flag fly, Sparky. And Grievous?
But all you're doing is being a dictator.
It's officially getting weird.
Ha ha, I didn't mean literally.
No, Hitch, the ponies, they're...
Safe and protected now that we put a
No,
stop to
they
this.
can't control it.
Magic is out of control again!
Yeah.
And I have video proof. Well, the sunglasses are a great touch, right? The pipsqueaks made it just for
Okay,
me.
Pip, I like you, but now's not the time, girl.
With the glowing hooves. Not a good look, Jess.
Maybe if we remove the Earth Pony one.
What?
What the frick, dude?
You were right, Sonny. Earth Pony magic is powerful. Too powerful. We never had it before. Why do we need it now? Come on.
Hey, friends, wait up!
No, you can't leave Sparky there by himself.
Put all your energy out. And, right, okay, Kenneth, you're in charge.
Oh,
Watch
gosh.
Sparky for just a moment.
Really?
Okay, good dragon. Stay right there. The Abby?
What am I doing? You're right. This isn't me. Guess I'm just scared and unsure. Magic doesn't
Oh
operate
gosh,
by
that
any
was the
rules.
whole lesson.
Rules are what I know. What if I can't be the sheriff every pony needs now?
You're combining?
Oh, Twilight.
Or is that?
It's not a filter. It's
Twilight Sparkle. It must watch out for Oak before she opens.
Ah,
I'm with you. No.
gotta watch out for Opaline.
It's time.
Oh my gosh, they've got a history.
Best to keep the base safe.
My gosh, come on. Now I want to know the history between Twilight and Opaline. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Opaline?
It will be the most powerful it has ever been.
I feel like I'm liking her so much more and more every time I see her.
If you're going to maniacal laugh,
I like Misty as well. She's so cute and adorable.
ready? And
Yeah.
Express yourselves! Let your freaky fun flags fly!
Yeah, but why can't you control your stuff? What'd you do? Just a simple bush? Nope, you did a whole tree.
Yuri's path. We're protected. We're gonna save the ponies.
And I see y'all didn't really change his model.
Earth Pony Magic.
And he's got all the stuff on him the same way he did from the beginning of the episode.
Speaking of, have you seen this thing? It's like 5 sparkle filters come.
Check all the boxes on the comprehensive list I left.
Nope, nope, and nope. I tried that at first, but soon found out that
What's the worst that could happen?
Careful.
Sparky has magic?
Well, yeah, y'all haven't been paying him attention.
What, you didn't know?
We'll clean that up later, buddy. Okay, Sparky.
No. Let Sparky go back. I'm seeing a use for him. Huh. Okay, so I guess we got... Okay, so first thoughts on the episode was I don't really know what to say without sounding like I'm bashing it, because it wasn't a bad episode, but they had everything amplified to the umpteenth degree that it was just ridiculous. And they had Hitch just like halfway becoming a villain, and kind of just resolved it like that. And he touches the crystal and he's like, oh, what am I doing? And it's like, they put the stakes so high up here that it was like, it's like, what was the point of putting the stakes up here if they were literally no stakes whatsoever? I just, that's what bothered me about this episode. But what the saving grace was for this episode is we got a lot of lore within just that moment of Twilight. Now, I've got a feeling that I was wrong, like I normally am, and Twilight, we're going to see more of her. I was unsure at first how we were going to see Twilight, and I thought maybe the cameo was just going to be a one and done and mean nothing type thing, but it seems that this cameo really is going to have quite an impact on this world. And little snippets that we did hear her say, she's obviously got a history with Opaline, and there's a reason behind, heck, Opaline tried to steal all the magic at one time, it sounds like. So I don't know, it seems like they're building this up to be something big and spectacular, but I feel like the show, that's probably one of my problems with the show right now, is they build up and build up and build up and put the stakes way up here, and then once it comes time to actually make, good with that, then it just gets resolved like that, and it's just, there was no point of anything that they did and said throughout the whole thing. Or at least for this episode, and even for every other thing as well, such as the little 44-minute special they had, as I'm presuming that's what chapter 1 was for the, season opener. That episode had so much in it, but ultimately it fizzled out there at the end because there was no stakes other than Opaline. Now, we got Opaline and Misty. That's what's keeping me involved with this whole thing. Because honestly, when it doesn't involve the villains, this show's pretty much meant for about a 10 to 12 age demographic. But then we get the storyline with it, and I'm like, oh, you sucked me back in. Because honestly, if it wasn't for that, I would have just written the show off and be like, okay, they're trying to change their demographic, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. And honestly, if it wasn't for some of those same aspects with G4, I probably wouldn't have finished that series as well, because if it wasn't for the storyline in G4 and getting to know the characters as much as I did, I just would have just written it off and be like, this show is not meant for people like me. But I think as time goes on, we're going to start feeling the same way about these ponies as well. Because if we're being honest, if we go back to the very first few episodes of G4 didn't start out like, something grand and spectacular either. G4 started out not quite like this, but it didn't start out the same way. It wasn't as good as everyone made it out to be. I'll just be blunt and honest. And I've seen very snippets of people saying stuff about this show and how they don't like it. I think what everybody's thriving off of is the nostalgia for G4 and how they want G4 back. They want Twilight. They want Fluttershy. They want, Rarity. They want Rainbow Dash. They want all their original main 6 ponies. But let's be real, that thing had 8 seasons and it's ran its course. I mean, after that battle with Tyrek and Twilight, that was probably one of the biggest highlights, and that was season 4. And then we got all the way to the Student 6. My Little Pony needs a fresh coat of paint, and I think if we give these ponies enough time, then we'll get to that fresh coat of paint. I mean, we got the lore that this is in the future, and Sunny obviously knows that, it's Twilight. Well, she doesn't obviously know. We knew from the movie that she knew. So, yeah, I think it's a halfway decent series to start with. Now, once we get more delved into each character, and, I think, like, with Opaline, the more we see of her, the more everyone's going to love her. The more we see of Misty, everyone's going to love her. In fact, Misty, let's be honest, she's going to become a part of the main group, and she's going to end up being the 6th to make the main 6. Now, I do also believe that we're going to get character growth throughout, this whole series, such as Pip and Zip. Their mother wants Zip to be the queen after, she hands it down to them. When she steps down as queen, she wants to hand it off to Zip. But I think we're going to see kind of a growth like Rarity had from Pip, and she's going to end up growing more and more into a leadership role and be able to take that role from their mother whenever she's ready to step down. I think we're still going to get the same character growth and everything, because I've seen little highlights of the character growth for Pip as well to become the leader that she's going to ultimately be meant to be. So I think the show's still got a lot of potential, is pretty much the gist of what I'm saying. It's getting a bad rap from what I can see, but I think it's so far unjustified. I'll find out whenever I get done with all this first 8 episodes, so I'll be able to, kind of gauge a little more from there. One thing, and I'll pass it off to y'all after this, one thing I do hope is we get more storylines throughout the first 8 episodes instead of waiting 26 episodes and then getting more storyline. So, yeah. Either way, passing it off to y'all. I've been sitting here too long. I need to get out, stretch my legs, all that good stuff. So hit that like, tickle to subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. And as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.